interesting section of a cut here that doesn't look fresh. This looks like this is an area that's been like this for a while, so I'm going to run this pretty slow. We got another signal here on the beach. Now I'm back on the ocean. I've opened the bay, the ocean. We're on the ocean, and some kind of tag. I guess this is not a cow tag. We get a lot of cow tags here. It's bigger than that. Not really sure what the metal is. Held on by a little red sandwich tag. And we got a 74007 number. Huh. Alright, I've seen this before. I spotted this without even sweeping it over. It's a collection of stuff. You can see there's a lead weight here. And we got some bullets. 1, 2, 3. This is just on top. Here's those lead balls that I got a gazillion of. It just means here's a collection of stuff, which means there's a cool bullet. There could be a ton of stuff. There's another bullet. I'm gonna have to take it. We're just looking for a few cool things. It's just a washer. I have a feeling there's a clump of stuff right in this sand here. And I got about 15 minutes before I gotta run back to the car. Let's just do some more bullets right here. What are the chances there's something cool in here? More bullets, lead weights, bullets. See, all this stuff gets collected together. Let's see. More lead weights, lead balls. I'm gonna dig a few deeper. I'm gonna go over with the detector a few times because you're not gonna get much out of the detector when there's this much stuff together. And there's a little hill there too. Let me see what I can get. You can see there, just in front of my shadow, there's something peeking out of this little pool. Looks brass. Oh, looks like it's something for a keyhole. Nice. Now I pulled that right out of that little pool there, and it's lead. I'm not so sure on my bullets, but I found a tremendous amount of them in the last 10-15 years, and this one being lead with 2 rings on it, to me it resembles a Civil War bullet. I'm not so sure. I'm going to look it up when I get home. It seems a little short, but I do like the 2 rings in the bottom. And I always videotape these because I'm just a big fan of finding them. I think they're really cool. And I believe, oh, this looks like a really thick one. That is, yep, it's some kind of clock gear. Brass. Sweet. Alright, this signal had me a little confused. I did pull it out of that puddle of muck. And although this looks just simply like some kind of brass, I don't know, but it has something written on it. That's why I'm videotaping it. I don't know if that says ROLO, and that says AMY, Amy. That can't possibly be someone's name, which would give it a little bit more. And there's something written in the back there too. Maybe missing something. I can't really see it. The wind's starting to pick up, but well, I'm going to bring that home and clean it up. It came up really high, like 83, which means it would be in the silver range. That says LUV. Not sure. This one's confusing. It certainly wasn't cut to look like any symmetrical ring. It could be anything else. And I pulled out another one, some kind of cool brass gear or clock part. It's more for my collection. We had a really good storm come in the last couple days, and you're getting tired of hearing this, but I'm back at my same spot and it has changed dramatically. Got a ton of signals again, pulled off a lot of sand, and that's not typical for May. I should be dumping sand, and I think I'm going to be pulling out some coins. I know this is nickel size and it's worn, and it's a pretty worn out buffalo. Yep. Okay, cool. That's the first old coin. Well, as you can see, I braved through a storm. We had an awesome rainbow over here before I got pictures of. The storm's finally gone, the sun's out, and just as that rainbow went away and the sun came out full force, I think I have a silver poking through. It's quarter size, I believe, and I can't tell what it is yet. I'm gonna guess it's a Washington, but we'll see. Hard to say, and there he is. It is a Washington silver quarter, 1952. Sweet. Silver Washington. Well, right after that silver Washington, the 52 I just pulled out, I pulled a 52 Wheatie. And then right after that, I do have a pretty beat up silver dime here. And I believe, yeah, that's the back of it. That's a Merc. There she is. If she's beat up, I probably won't get a date out of her. But that's the second silver of the day. This just goes to show, this section I'm in right now, I usually walk right over before I leave because it is lead weights central. I mean, there are lead weights everywhere, and before you even pull a penny, you're going to pull 200 lead weights. But I slowed down a little bit here this time because the tide really moved the sand around. I got a penny there, I got a nickel there, and I got a 81 signal, which is usually just a dime there. And I flipped it over, and from afar, I know it's not shaped like a dime, sure looks silver, and I did see a little loop on top, so I'm gonna say this is a pretty decent size silver religious medallion, and for that size, this might be an awesome find. And it's heavy, and there is definitely some design on that, and I am not going to shake this up, so I'm going to take my headphones off, rinse it off in the water, and see what I got after I just stepped on my detector. Okay, there's a little puddle here. And the water on there, you can't really make it out, but I'm seeing the Trinity. And that for sure, look at that. It's an awesome silver religious medal. See what's on back. Yep, it says something, I can't really focus in on it. There's a big silver medallion, religious medallion. Look at that. Sweet. That made my day. I'm doing a quick recap of today's finds on the bay as the storm was coming in and leaving. We had a pretty big high tide the day before and had a lot of good sand washout. I got a 52 silver Washington, an unidentifiable date on a mercury dime. Same goes the buffalo nickel. Got a cool little tiny fishing lure. Good old sidewinder. Got 2 bullets. These are, I don't know what they are. I can't really, Lugers maybe. And I got one of these the other day. This is the second one I have in the same spot. Looks like a lead pistol bullet. Could be Civil War, could be pre-Civil War, but these were found in New Jersey and there was not a lot of action here. An awesome, awesome religious medallion. Yeah, look at that bad boy. Found that just before I was leaving. You saw it on the video. And I'm going to call back to it. And it says, I am Catholic. Kindly call a priest. I'm guessing this poor dude was down and out. And if you found this on him or her, you would call the priest. Interesting. And to keep with the religious motif, I did find a cool piece of stained glass. If you can even call it that, I'm not sure, but I've never seen or found a piece of glass like that. Looks like it could have been on a bowl, maybe. Some kind of strange wheel. Another cool piece of glass. And this awesome stone. I usually see hundreds of different kinds of stones on the beach. I know nothing about them. I like stones. This one in particular caught my eye, so I grabbed it and took it home. I'll look up later what that might be. Possibly quartz if I'm going to take a big, huge guess. And then a couple doodads. Got this little brass piece. Another brass piece. Not sure what that is, but it looks like something. This appears to be some kind of brass wheel. I don't know. And here looks, well, that's much more brown looking. That's just the copper showing through on this thing, because that's brass too. And a couple really beat up pennies, a nickel and a dime. But the find of the day for me was that awesome miraculous metal.